beautiful Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading. I'm just cleansing your space here and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I'm truly grateful for your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder that this is a general reading. It is not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful that scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. If anyone claiming to be me asks you for a donation, money, or e-gift, it is not me, okay? I do not have Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, Patreon, or any of those things, so I will never ask you for anything, and I do not solicit for personal readings, just so you are aware, okay? Now let's get straight to your bonus reading, my beautiful Taurus. Jupiter is the planet of good luck, and it is in some way influencing your month ahead, just so you're aware. But I thought I'd do something different this time. As tarot readers, we always focus on love or career or general stuff. I just thought I'd check in and see how you're doing. No one ever asks, how are you? So I thought I'm going to ask spirit guides how you're doing, what the challenges you're facing so far, any advice on how to overcome certain things, and let's see what comes out and see what they've got to say. Thank you so much. We've got the Justice card. Okay, so you're definitely someone who always advocates for what is right. Okay, you're the sort of person who always tries to find the fairness in a situation. Now, the Justice card is about equality. What you give out, what you get back. That sort of law of karma. So okay, you may have been experiencing, wow, I was about to say it, you may have been experiencing something that really knocked you for six recently, Taurus. There's definitely an energy here of you asking the universe for some divine karma, because you may have been struggling through some sort of tower moment. Now, you may be trying to rebuild. The Moon card indicates that maybe it came from nowhere, whatever this was, and something unseen came to the surface that has made you kind of do a little detour. It doesn't mean that your whole world is crumbling down, but it means that you're having to take a sidestep, or you're having to take a rain check on something and revisit it later and rebuild there. They've asked me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Oh, you got two cards there. We got the Fool card and we got the Wheel of Fortune. Now, if you know my readings, you'll know that often when there's a tower moment, there's often a Wheel of Fortune that accompanies it. Basically, both cards just mean surprise, okay? Now, the Tower card is an epiphany moment, an opportunity to, it's a surprise that, you know, an upheaval that brings an awakening or some sort of change, sometimes a shock, but it gives you an opportunity to rebuild something in a different way. So I will clarify each card as I go, but there's definitely a turn of events here for you. I feel like you're really working really hard to turn something around that may have gone a little bit off course, let's put it that way. Now, the Justice card, this is your protagonist energy. You're someone who, you know, you learn the hard lessons in life, Taurus, but you always manage to make good. You're someone who leads with that fairness, someone who is, you know, you hate dishonesty of any kind. I mean, that's everybody. That's an obvious thing to say. Nobody wants to deal with anybody who is dishonest or has a lack of accountability. But I feel like you're the sort of person who sees through people. Excuse me. a little bit of a head cold there recently. I do apologize for that cough. But the Justice card indicates that you're turning something around. You're using your energy to make a decision. So you may have had a decision point, weighing up a lot of options recently, Taurus, and you may have felt a little bit sort of out of sorts. Because whatever decision you make in this moment, it really affects your future. So I feel like you're taking maybe a little bit of time out to really think about things. Now, it may have been this tower moment that has sort of made you just stop and think about the routes to take as you move forward. Now, I feel like in this situation, whatever you've been dealing with, Taurus, they're giving me a sentence. Now, I feel like it's a sentence from, I feel like it's an old sort of adage, kind of an old saying there, but I feel like someone famous like Gandhi has said it, which is an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. I feel like you're trying not to lead with an eye for an eye kind of fairness. I feel like you want fairness, but you're not willing to hurt another human to get it, okay? I feel like you're taking the higher moral ground in some sort of situation at the moment, and it's been tough. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears gone on here, and some difficult conversations that you may have had to navigate for the last, say, 18 months. Now, I know that as a collective, we're all going through a pandemic, and it's been very difficult energy. As I've been doing these readings, Taurus, what's interesting is the Tower is showing up for the collective. So I feel like there's been a huge awakening here for mankind, not just, just for the Taurians out there or the Scorpios, because I just did a Scorpio reading and they got the Tower in the same position. So if you've got placements in Scorpio, you're dealing with a Scorpionic energy, there may be something in that for you. But this is about how you're feeling, Taurus. So you may have felt like something shocked you or has really made you, they'll give me an eye opener. Something's really opened your eyes to something. What's really interesting, the Tower basically is fate intervening to bring like a lightning bolt moment to stop you from going round and round in circles on something, or make you, if you felt stuck in something or you felt imprisoned in some way. Sorry, they're just really tapping my shoulder, my elbow here. I just keep getting a tap here. Could you please guide me? What is that? I'm just keep getting a tap on the just sort of in this area on my right arm. Okay, so either you got, they're not indicating an injury or anything like that. So either you've got some sort of muscle strain or pain in this area recently. You've been dealing with aches and pains in that area, and you've been pulling through. I mean, I'm not medically trained to talk about anything, but perhaps if it's something that's bugging you, perhaps you should check it out or something like that. They just keep tapping this area for me, so they haven't given me an indication, so I can't really tell you. Normally they say a scar in this area or there's pain, but they're not giving me anything. So maybe you're just listening to this reading and someone's just tapped you on the back there, back of the elbow, maybe a friend or someone's gone, hey. So just please take it as it resonates. I'm not sure what they're meaning by that. Now the Tower basically means a position of feeling stuck. Maybe you felt like you were stuck in a rut, nothing's happening. There's, a fear of change here as well. Now, when you get this Tower card in the resistance position, it basically means the changes are for your highest good. It's almost like let things change, let things fall where they may, and you will be given a chance to rebuild for the better. You're the sort of person who, when the SHIT, as it were, hits the fan, you don't sit there and go, oh, poor me. You go, right, how do I deal with this? How do I turn this around in my favor? They give me the word ingenuity. You're someone who gets up and does, you take action. I also feel like you're really committed to what is fair and what is right. And sometimes that has even brought a negative energy on you. It's almost like even at detriment to yourself, sometimes, Taurus, you still do what is right. Okay, which is actually a really wonderful energy, and not many people do that. Okay, for example, if you made a mistake, you're the sort of person who'd say, "Yep, I own up. It was me. I did a mistake." I feel like you're the sort of person who's you got a lot of integrity. I'm going to pull a quick card on this Tower moment. Also, they really want me to show you the Tower in this deck. Now, I'm sure you've seen the Tower a lot. Can you please guide me where the Tower is for my beautiful Taurians? What do they need to know? Okay, thank you so much. They're indicating that there's a leap of faith required. You got to have faith in something. Okay, there's something here that you may be feeling a little bit stuck. I said towards the beginning, so I'm not really sure. You may be feeling a little bit stuck. Okay, maybe they mean the other way. You may be feeling a little bit stuck in a situation, and it requires you taking a leap of faith. There it is. Basically, the lightning bolt hits the crown chakra. Okay, so they're indicating, your deep knowingness is open. Something that you know that you need to have faith, that you know that you need to come out of your comfort zone, but maybe resist, and maybe sometimes you feel like you're not safe in that area. They're indicating it's worse to stay where you are, because the Tower is a prison. Okay, so it's almost like fate comes along to set the Tower on fire so that it feels so uncomfortable you have nothing left to do but to make a move in a certain direction. So you may have felt like that happened recently, and you have to take a leap of faith there. Okay, it is to open your third eye chakra in this card. As you can see, it's about seeing things clearly. So there's an epiphany, an awakening moment that you may have been going through, and it's very hard. Okay, when we see things super clear, it's often a very, very painful lesson, or something has happened to really shake the foundations that you've built. So I feel like you're going through a bit of a difficult time, Taurus, but true to form, the moon card, whenever something, the moon card is a Cancerian energy. We've got Libra, we've got Scorpio, Aries, and more Aries. So as well as Cancerian energy. So whenever, as I said, there's been something that surfaces that you were not expecting, Taurus, you take a sidestep, you swerve. I feel like you're actually dodging and really negative energy by turning, and you're turning it around. Okay, so it's almost like you're taking a detour. If you think about the crab's journey, they may want to get from A to Z. So you know, the direction is the same. The crab wants to go forward, but the crab rarely just goes straight forward. It takes a little sidestep, a little sidestep, a little sidestep, still going in the right direction, but you may have had to take a little bit of a detour recently, and it may have felt a little bit uncomfortable. Also, I feel like you're a very intuitive person, Taurus. Your psychic abilities are second to none. Deep down, your intuition, sometimes when it goes a little bit crazy and you're not really sure what that's all about, you may get a little bit defensive or sharp with people. That's okay. Okay, you're just navigating energy that maybe you're not understanding in that moment. Obviously, I'm not saying be crabby with people, and please don't shoot the messenger when I say that. We all get a little bit, when we get a bit tense, we get a bit snappy. So you may have felt that recently you're trying to push down that feeling of being snappy because you don't want to upset people or hurt people around. It's actually just gathering within you, Taurus. So you may feel like, now, again, if you can, of course, it's going to be easier said than done sometimes. If you can, what they're indicating is it's almost like redirect your energy into something like exercise or into a creative hobby, or because what they were showing me is that you're just letting it build. It's almost like it's gathering here and it's building, it's building. You're trying to have patience in the world at the moment, and they really want you to take a little bit of a breather, take a bit of a break, recognize that you being very upholding the truth and seeking fairness in your situation, it's taking its toll. So just be a little bit mindful of like because the moon card is there, it's almost like sometimes there's a little bit of psychic overload, or you feel that things are off and you're not sure why, and there's a little bit of overload. It's just making you feel a little bit just heavy energy. I don't know how to put it more than that. It's like you're feeling like smothered in the energy sometimes in the last couple of months. You're like trying to get everything done. Okay. Now the Fool card indicates, you're a very curious person, Taurus. You're very curious, and you do remember that inner childlike spirit. But sometimes when it's almost like when things do not go the way that you'd hoped, or you feel like, especially when someone is dishonest to you in some way, or I feel like you lose a lot of hope quite quickly. You become very cynical quickly. So just be careful of that. I mean, we all shut down on people that we cannot trust. I'm not saying don't do that, because, you got to protect yourself. But the Fool card indicates that there's actually a new path or a new approach that is beckoning to you in some area in your life, and it requires faith, because they're giving the Tower and the Fool card. So they're indicating after this crumbling or after this shock, whatever it is that you're going through, and this could be applied to your career, to love, to your relationships, your love relationships, or to your family unit, or there's some sort of upheaval that's happening. Don't lose faith. It doesn't mean, because you may have had a bit of a test of faith recently, it doesn't mean that all in this confusion that everything's not going to work out the way that you'd hoped. It just means that you're going to be able to rebuild in a more solid form that allows you to take a leap of faith, and there's a lot of potential here. And I feel with this Fool card, you're opening yourself up to the journey without any expectation. It's almost like the universe is going to help you, okay? Open up to something greater. So if you can, don't lose hope. We got the Wheel of Fortune as well. Destiny will intervene in the situation, but Taurus, you are the master and the mistress of your own destiny as well. I feel like you have a tendency to just muck in and really help yourself move forward. I do believe that you believe in fate and believe in luck, but the majority of the energy, Taurus, you're a doer. You're the sort of person who just, gets it done. So I feel like you're very practical, and you make your own luck. Sometimes I feel like that is your motto deep down. You believe in the stars aligning for you, but also you believe in making your own luck. So I feel with this Wheel of Fortune, Spirit is actually going to take you out of a situation that you may have felt like you're going round and round in circles in, and you're just stuck. Okay, Spirit says you're not gonna be stuck anymore. Okay, now they're showing me a stork. Now stork, whenever I see a stork, that's really the typical kind of like, either you're about to hear pregnancy news from somebody, or you are pregnant yourself there, and you've been trying to sort of manage the emotions of that shift, that major change. It could also be that you and your partner are pregnant. Perhaps your partner is pregnant, and you're trying to navigate a balanced kind of emotions during this time, because everything changes when you're expecting children, etc., etc. So they're just showing me the stork. So basically something new is showing up in your world, but I feel it's normally connected to pregnancy. So unless they actually show me something different, either you're going to get pregnancy news or you are pregnant yourself. There's something in that message for you. It's not going to resonate for everyone, of course, but the Wheel of Fortune indicates unification, good karma coming your way. So you got two cards basically of karma entering, and you may have been praying for some good karma recently because you've been having a bit of a tough time. Now let's go and get a little bit more detail. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurus? How do they need to receive your messages? What is it you need to tell them for the heart of the moment? Ten of Air. Let it all fall. Some endings can be graceful. You can walk away from them, okay? The Ten of Air is letting go. It is the complete, well, it's over the Tower moment, so it feels like something was, it's come to an end. There was an epiphany point. The Ten of Air in this particular deck, this is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. This basically means a change of opinion or an epiphany, a change, an end to an old way of thinking, and a more hopeful new beginning opening up to you, which is interesting because you got the Tower there, the Justice card, and the Fool along with the Wheel of Fortune. So it does indicate the same message. The heart of the matter right now, you're shifting illusions. You're saying goodbye to things that kept you held back, and you're also releasing anything that's holding you back. I feel like you're ready for a new start because the energy has been very clouded recently. Also, there is a recognizing that there can be graceful endings. It doesn't always have to be burn the bridges, okay? Because you see all those feathers just sort of been blown up in the air. It's almost like you've had a bit of a, how can I put that? I feel like you're responding differently to a challenging situation. Okay, you're the sort of person, Taurus, that I would want in a crisis. You'd be really good. And that's unfortunate to say as well, because I feel like you've had to deal with some things that have taught you how to be good within those circumstances. So I'm sending you a huge amount of hugs and love there, because, to get the Tower, the Justice, the Fool, and the Wheel of Fortune, along with the Ten of Air, indicates you've endured quite a lot. You're recognizing it's time to let go and rebuild something, okay? So that's got to be very difficult energy to navigate, whether it's a relationship, you're dealing with contracts, because the Justice card can be about legalities and things like that, or you're leaving a job and it came as a bit of a surprise and you're trying to navigate the way. There is good fortune coming for you, so all is not lost there. There is challenge. You've been going through challenging times, but you're the sort of person who's going to turn it around, Taurus. Thank you so much. What is the challenge here? Transformation. Yeah. Death card. Endings bringing a new beginning. Taurus, I mean, if you can feel, if only I could reach through the screen and give you all like a massive hug and say, it does get better, because that Wheel of Fortune and the Fool card indicates that These transformations are meant for your highest good. It doesn't feel like that often at the time, because changes are necessary. That's the only one constant thing in life, is change. The seasons, situations, friendships, everything changes over time, both for the greater and for the worst sometimes. So, but I feel like, because you got that Wheel of Fortune on the other side and the Fool card, it's for the better for you. Okay, this transformation, this is the challenge. Something is stuck. Okay, something has made you feel like your hope has been destroyed, or there's stagnation here. There's an indication that there's been a little bit of resistance, Taurus, perhaps on your path, on your path or on your part, to these changes. Maybe you felt like it's going to immobilize you for a little while, and it's made you feel like you lost hope, or lost your mojo, or your passion, or your drive for something. You may have felt like occasionally saying, well, what is the point? What is the point? Because I keep getting that energy. Well, what is the point? It may come from the fact that, there is more hopeful energy, because the pandemic brought a lot of fear and negativity to the collective consciousness, and things are changing for the better, slowly but surely, of course. But I feel like in that, it's made you look at a lot of things in your world that needs transforming, and you to come back to your center. This card is a Scorpio card. It's often like a phoenix rising from the ashes. So whatever you feel you've either lost out on, or has knocked you in a way that you felt really shook, I feel like you can only rise from this position. Okay, the only way is up in this position. You're the sort of person who now, because you're an earth sign, I'm only saying I'm saying this because of the energy I'm picking up from this reading. You build patterns, Taurus. I mean, humans do in general, but Taurus, you like what you like, and you like what you know. Okay, you've built a certain structure for yourself, and I feel like something has come along recently to really shake that structure, and you are navigating the way ahead in a difficult fashion. Now, they've just asked me to, rather than keep shuffling, to just take from the top. So that's what I'm going to do. They asked me to do that in the Leo reading as well. So they're asking me to do that now from yours, so I will. Okay, deep down, your commitments. You're a very committed person, Taurus. This is even your card. So deep down, you seek commitment in everything that you do. Whether you're doing a job, whether you're doing, it's a relationship, whether it's friendships. Once you're all in, that's it. You're all in. You give yourself, you give your soul, you give everything. Okay, so you may be looking at your commitments recently and asking yourself, where is the give and take in relationships or job situations? Are you being paid the right amount of money for the amount of work that you do? If there's a lot of stress in your workspace, is it really worth it? The relationships that you give and give and give, is anyone giving back? Where do people give back to you? You may be looking at that real balance within the relationships, and also deepening your knowledge with a higher perspective in terms of spirituality. You may be really connecting to a spiritual practice at this time, even if it's like 10 minutes a day to really just take some silence for yourself and be with your thoughts. I feel like things like cosmic ordering or The Secret, or some sort of connection to a higher power meditation, maybe even asking your guides. I feel like you're really coming back to source recently. Wow, what is that? They just gave me in my own mouth. I hope you caught it on the camera there. I'm just talking, and there was like some sort of whistle that was bizarre. I'm not really sure what that was. Could you please guide me? Okay, they're showing me two things that are really interesting and unique, so they do not apply to everybody. One is someone getting like a comb with a piece of paper. It looks like a tiny piece of paper, the sort of piece of paper that you would see when people are doing like Rolly cigarettes, a Rizzler kind of papers. It's almost like a thin piece of paper on a comb and making a sound. I feel like that someone in spirit used to do that to make a sound, and that's a signifier to someone out there of their presence. Okay, I've never heard anything like that in my life, but that's what they're giving me. Okay, so if that resonates for you, there's something in this message for you. The second one is some sort of, it feels like some sort of whistly kind of bugle type thing that is used for sports. Okay, you know, yeah, so either you're watching sports at the moment. I mean, I'm not really a sports person. You know, I can watch a game of something whenever, but I don't seek it. So I'm not really sure what's going on in terms of sports at the moment. I feel like there's, well, I think I probably read in the newspaper or something about European football going ahead and stuff like that. But they're showing me like some sort of sports, sort of bugle or whistle. So anyway, if that resonates for you, there's something in this message for you. I mean, if it's something that you picked up recently or, you know, just before this reading, or you just heard it as you're listening to this reading, please take it as it resonates. But you're a deeply committed person, Taurus. You're the sort of person who, how can I put that? Sometimes you're a little bit too hard on yourself. They're just giving me. You're a little bit too hard on yourself in your commitments. Okay, and by that I mean you always fulfill a commitment. If you say you're going to do something, you absolutely do it. But sometimes you almost push yourself too far to be able to do it. Okay, sometimes you can just say, I can't do it right now. Okay, you can take that time and say to a person, you know what, I'm going to try and do it, and if I can, I will. But if I cannot, I feel like sometimes you push yourself forward and leave yourself with lack of time, okay? And it makes you feel a little bit, don't shoot the messenger when I say this, but it makes you feel a little bit resentful that you don't have much time for yourself because you're always doing commitments for other people. So just be a little bit mindful of that. I mean, we all do it. We all take on a little bit more than we can on our plate. And sometimes we sit there and go, why did I do this? Why? I knew I didn't have time. Why? But I feel like you don't like to disappoint people, Taurus. And in that, sometimes you end up disappointing yourself, okay? Because you take a lot on, okay? So just be a little bit mindful of that. Now, justice again, covering the justice. Look how fair you are. Look what kind of person you are. Beautiful energy. But as I said, sometimes you do what is right, what is fair at detriment to yourself. Also, I feel like you've been going through a very difficult time. Either some sort of dishonesty going on or some sort of lack of accountability. You may have even felt like it just feels like, and it almost feels like you're sitting there going, wow, I live in a really corrupt world right now, okay? And I feel like you're trying to see the way through. I feel like you're seeing in every walk of life where people are not having accountability for things, whereas you're the sort of person who leads with integrity, okay? I promise you things are going to get better. The shift is going to get better. You know, there is a light here. The transformation often happens, like you got major arcana here, the transformation card, the Hierophant, and the Justice card. 3 majors, and I'm doing the details. So you're really having a huge awakening at the moment, and sometimes it feels really uncomfortable. When you're seeing things so clearly, Taurus, it often feels very, very uncomfortable, okay? With the Justice card, I feel like everything will be right in your world. It will be balanced. It will be fair. There is good karma coming for you. But I feel like you're having to navigate a really difficult time, but you're the sort of person who seeks the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. 9 of Fire, caution. Very cautious person as well, which is really good in a way, but also sometimes the Fool card is a little bit more free-spirited, okay? So perhaps they're asking you to look in certain areas. They just said the name Antoine. So if your name is Antoine, there's something... Yeah, there's something in this message for you. It's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. They just want that person to pay close attention to the reading. The 9 of Fire it's like burning the candle at both ends. Sometimes you work super hard and you take on a lot. It's also a wounded warrior energy. The 9 of Wands is a wounded warrior. So you may have had a lot of disappointments in life, feeling let down by people, because you're the sort of person, as I said, when you say you're going to do something, you do something, and you don't like to disappoint people, even when it's a heavy load on you, Taurus. And I feel like often leads you to a lot of exhaustion. Okay, I feel like you persist and persist to help people even when they let you down. Okay, and I'm talking about your inner circle. If there was a stranger who would let you down, you'd be like, screw you, I'm done. And I feel like you would be discerning enough to keep them at a distance. Okay, but I feel like the people that are closest to you, sometimes you give them the benefit of the doubt, which is wonderful. Everyone deserves a second chance, but I feel like sometimes it ends up hurting you when you ignore red flags. So just be mindful of that. Also, I feel like recently you just kept going and going and going and going, and there'll be a point where your body goes stop. Okay, so just make sure you get enough rest, because you've got a couple of, well, you got major cards are indicating slow down, give yourself a little bit of a rest here. Okay, Three of Air. So yeah, look at that. Three of Air is sadness. Maybe you is loss. There's some sort of heartbreak here that you've been going through recently, or going through a very difficult time. I mean, it could be that you're going through a divorce, Taurus, or you're going through a loss of job situation, or you're feeling job insecurity and it's making you feel anxious. Could also be that your commitments to your friends, you're really sort of looking at those commitments. Three of Air, I mean, when you get the Three of Air in this particular deck, it's about seeing the silver linings in natural departures. Now, natural departures can be a lot of things. When you get this card, you're always reminded that rejection is God's protection in redirection, okay? What is meant for you will never pass you by. Anything that is moving out of your life, it's very painful. It's hard for us to let go, especially with a fixed sign or with, earth signs. They're very grounded in their energy, and, as I said, they're very discerning. You don't let everybody into your life, you don't love everybody, and you don't fall in love easily, or you don't commit to things easily, but once you do, you're all in. So it's really difficult to let go of something that you've let into your world, Taurus. So I feel like whatever it is that you're going through at the moment that you feel like you have to let go of, there's something to replace it that is even greater. And unfortunately, that's a very harsh lesson that it looks like it has been circulating in your world. Okay, Page of Water, there we go. Page of Water indicates something new is coming into your world. Pages are, I feel like you're very curious about the world, Taurus. You have a lot of love for it, but I feel like life has taught you sometimes to kind of shut down and be very protective over your energy. But when you get this card in particular, again, this is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. This particular card reminds you, remember that childlike spirit that you got. Remember to have fun, okay? Life is meant to be a journey that we're meant to enjoy the ups and downs of. But, so many things come our way to teach us the harsh lessons. It's really difficult to, when we guard ourselves, to forget about that inner child. We're all grown-ass bodies, okay? We're big old humans trying to do life, pay the bills, do all of those things. But deep down, all of us are that little child that had hopes, dreams, and, sometimes things work out the way that we hoped, and sometimes they don't. Things are about to turn up for you for the better, and things are about to turn up the way that you wanted them to. There's some lucky breaks coming for you, okay? Jupiter is in play at the moment, so as I said, expect, especially the 12th to the 18th of July, Mercury harmonizes with Jupiter, so I feel like there's a nice turn of events here for you, and you will feel that, especially in terms of opportunities that you want to do, that you can follow your heart in, or love coming your way, or deepening your friendships. But you're someone who's got a lot of love to give. And sometimes you give and you give and you give, Taurus, and you got to be cautious with that energy, that you're not overgiving and leaving yourself depleted, okay? Five of Water. Now, the Five of Water has also been turning up in each of the readings recently because it's about change of perspective. Five of Water, you may have felt a little bit ignored or unloved in a situation recently. You may have felt like you're doing everything. You're spinning all the plates, trying to make it all work. And there's so many transformations that you're actually going through as well. And the world is transforming that you may feel like you're always playing catch up. Okay. The Five of Water says change your perspective. yes, allow the things that we're set to let go of, let them go. You know, sometimes we grieve those things, and it's okay to grieve those things, but we got to recognize that there's something greater headed our way. They want me to show you the Five of Cups, so I will. Five of Cups is a figure mourning 3 cups that have spilt on the ground. But if they turned around, sorry, Spirit, could you show me where the Five of Cups is? Thank you so much. If the figure turned around, they would see that there's 2 cups behind them that are filled with love, with water, with emotions. Sorry, I'm just trying to... Could you be more clear? Oh, wow. Maybe I've missed it. I'm not sure if maybe it's right at the beginning. Yeah, they said at the beginning. So to me, this is at the beginning. So anyway, thank you so much. I'm sure grateful. But I guess that is the beginning of the deck. I do apologize. Thank you so much. I'm sure grateful. As you can see, that figure is looking at those cups. And here, there's something more fulfilling. And even if you measure those cups, they're slightly bigger than the ones that have already fallen on the floor. This person, though, is looking at what they're set to lose, but they just want you to turn around and change your perspective and see what you're set to gain. See where you still got it good, okay? Easier said than done. It's very, very difficult when we're going through such major transformations. But I feel like you've got what it takes to turn this all around, Taurus, and fate is intervening also, okay? So it's a change of perspective that is necessary. But again, easier said than done. High Priestess, intuition, and the Seven of Earth. High Priestess indicates you're a very intuitive person, okay? You have like a subconscious wisdom that connects you to a deep psychic energy, sometimes, Taurus. You may dip in and out of that energy, but I feel like whenever something is off or there's something you mistrust or you feel like there's a secret there, I feel like you pinpoint it straight away, okay? And you always seek the truth in the situation. The High Priestess also indicates that some things are meant to be understood with the intuition rather than with the logical mind. And I feel like that's where sometimes you have a bit of a battle, okay? I feel like, because this is a... This is an either or situation. It's like a hope or a fear. Sometimes when your intuition is bang on point, and maybe you look at the outside circumstances and you think, well, it's not appearing that way, so let me be a little bit more practical about this situation. And then you recognize that your intuition was bang on point and you should trust that intuition, okay? Because I feel like you always want to believe in the best in people and you try and give people the benefit of the doubt. And I feel like sometimes that really ends up hurting you quite deeply, okay? Wounds, they occur deep for you, and often when someone hurts you deeply, I feel like you cut them out completely, okay? It's the odd person who's that you really care about, that you give them a second chance, even ignoring red flags. Now the Seven of Earth asks you to look at your commitments, okay? Again, it's a basically, you work really hard, okay? You put a lot of effort into everything that you do, and you know, sometimes success is delayed there. You're always waiting, and sometimes you may feel like giving up in those moments, okay? So it's about looking at where you put your energy, almost streamlining your energy, where you put your energy, and where you're getting benefits. So you don't give to receive, Taurus, but I feel, you know, you're always giving your time, your attention, and your commitment to people. So you may be recently looking at whenever you need something, whenever you're, needing help in an area, or it's like, who is there for you, okay? You may feel like some people take and they don't even realize they're just taking it. They just expect, okay? You may be looking at what you put into relationships or situations and what you get out. It's almost like the reciprocal exchange, okay? You're not doing it to get something out, but you may be looking at the returns and thinking, okay, I'm always there for that person. They're never there for me. Or I always say I'm going to do this for that person, and they never offer to help me. Or I always give advice to that person and they never take it. Or I'm working really hard and they're giving me extra work at work, and I've got a heavy load and I'm not being recompensed for it in terms of finances. So I feel like you're looking at what your investments, okay? They actually want me to take one more in this position, which is unusual. Seven of the air, 2 sevens, interesting, double seven. Synchronicities, especially when you get a Wheel of Fortune, there's going to be synchronicities in your world. Now they just gave me the name Donna. Donna. So if your name is Donna, there's something in this message for you. It's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. They just want that person to pay close attention to the reading. They're actually showing me something. One moment, please. Okay, they're showing me someone looking at some crazy, well, it's not crazy paving, but it's like paving with little bits. It's almost like mismatched paving. It's really nice. There's little cracks in there. And they're showing me someone looking at an ant. Or maybe several ants, but they're really focusing on one ant. And this ant is just, it's almost like the load that this ant is carrying is really heavy. And it looks like that ant shouldn't be able to carry that. They're just someone looking at an ant. So if you're looking at an ant right now, they are indicating there's something in this message for you. But what is that meaning? Okay, so sorry, they're just showing me, like, it's almost like now the ant has become very big and close to me, and they're showing me that it's almost like the dynamics of an ant. It's like I'm being able to see all aspects and facets of an ant. So they're indicating here that an ant is very, very small, but is capable of great things, capable of building great colonies, and capable of lifting things that are heavier than its actual strength, or its actual body weight. Sorry, body weight. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. So they're indicating here, Taurus, you're stronger than you think. Okay, you're capable of great things, and you have been achieving great things. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Okay, is what they're indicating. Now, because they're focusing on that one ant, I guess they're saying that if you need to reach out for others to help, then of course ask, because it's about teamwork. You know, life is about teamwork. So if you can in some way reconnect with people, and you don't have to do it all by yourself. I feel that's what they're trying to say there. The Seven of Earth, though, is an indication that you're a nonconformist. You march to the beat of your own drum, Taurus, and that's what people love about you, okay? You're not a people pleaser. That's what's wonderful about Taurus. They are indicating here that diplomacy is important. And you have a really strong desire for independence. You will have your own needs met. Sometimes you feel like, it's almost like, because Seven of Air is like a running away kind of energy, or avoidance sometimes, avoidant energy. But I feel like you're being avoidant of people who betray your trust. And I feel like something's happened here recently that you feel you just can't deal with it. You just can't deal with it. With the Tower in that position, they're indicating you're going to deal with it, okay? It will bring peace on the other side, okay? Is what they're giving me here. It's almost like you're breaking free from some sort of chains, this desire for independence, and you're living life on your own terms and not according to people's expectation. Wow, they want another. That's Three of Fire, okay? There will be movement forward. There will be expansion. The Three of Wands is teamwork as well, okay? People will be working together again rather than you feeling like you're alone. So Three of Fire indicates if you've been asking recently, are you on the right path? Spirit says, yes, you are. The Three of Fire is an expansion of opportunities. It's also achievement. It's basically them saying you're on the right path. Even if you look up the meaning of this card in this particular deck, it means you're on the right path towards your success, whatever success it is that you're trying to achieve. There's going to be a lot of opportunities in the future, whether that's for love, business. All you have to do is trust yourself. Okay, you're making good choices, so don't doubt yourself is what they're giving here. You're making good choices, and I feel like you're going to be in harmony with your heart's desire again, but there's been a major change here that is going to lead to something greater, something better, Taurus, okay? But it looks like you're navigating a really good time, even though that Justice card twice indicates you're longing for some good karma. You're longing for that fairness, but things will be fair. There is good karma coming here for you. I feel like conversations that have been happening recently, or there's been a lot of brutal truth coming out. It may have been a little bit painful as well. So whether you've had an argument with somebody that it's integral to your life or to your world, that you feel things have been up in the air, you may have decided to cut that person out. Or I feel like whatever is negative, you're actually releasing, or whatever is not meant for you, you're releasing. And something that's, sometimes we outgrow situations because we have to protect ourselves. We have to, protect our energy. So you're navigating some difficult energy there, Taurus. But Spirit's kind of saying you're on the right path, and, you trust yourself. You're making really good choices. Okay. So I will leave it. Oh, no, they said just one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurus? What do they need to know regarding final card? You wanted to give them a final card. What is the final card for my beautiful Taurus? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? The Emperor. Okay. If you're an entrepreneur, or you're someone who's stepping into a leadership role, or you feel like there's huge responsibilities on your shoulders at the moment, Taurus, they're indicating that you can do this. You've got this. Okay. It's your move. As you can see, that Emperor there has got like a chess piece there. You've got what it takes to make a move. Okay. And I feel like this is power. This is success. You're stronger than you think. You're in a better position than you think. Okay. Even though it feels difficult, there is structure. Okay, the success. There's you're a really good leader. You're the sort of person. Just be mindful that you don't take on too much responsibility, Taurus, because when the Emperor, often the Emperor is depicted back in the olden days. The Emperor used to be depicted with the Fool card right in the back. The Fool used to be right in the back behind the Emperor, which indicated that the Emperor has become all about responsibility and has forgotten that inner light, that childlike inner light spirit that does exist there in the back. So again, I feel like that energy is, remember to have fun. Okay, even though you felt really responsible for a lot of things, Taurus, it's not like, of course we all have responsibilities, but it's not your sole responsibility to make sure everybody is okay. Okay. Of course, extend your wonderful love and care to others, but just remember to have a little bit of fun for yourself and a little bit of rest, okay? I'm just going to get you a Wisdom of the Oracle to close the reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurus? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Okay, they're showing me someone having a banana. So if that's you, you're having a banana, or someone having one. So if that's you, or you just had one as you listen to this reading, there's something in this message for you. It's not going to resonate for everyone, of course, but it could be a question mark over potassium or something if you need extra potassium, if you're that sort of person, or if you are reaching for a banana, just as I mentioned it, please take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone. We've got exchanging gifts in the reverse. So, it's about that reciprocal energy, give and take, okay? Exchanging gifts. It's number 27. So when you reduce it, 2 + 7 is 9, which is the Hermit card. Sometimes you may feel like you're alone in certain situations, and there's no give and take. So let's see, number 27 for you, 27. The law of giving and receiving, currency, trade-offs, weighing up costs that determine value. So it's that energy that I said, about what you give and what you get back. It's not that you expect it. It's just the law of, fair exchanges. And you got the Justice card twice there. So it's the same energy. Protection message, because you get it in the reverse. Be careful what you pray for, because you just might get it. And then realize that you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. You may find yourself in a situation that you've always desired, but know that you'll have to walk away from it, even fail at it, because you can't or won't pay the dues that it asks of you. If you want to be a famous musician, you have to practice your craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears a cost. It's okay though, because Spirit will help you achieve balance over time. Another message here reminds you that being the only giver in a situation and not the receiver plays out in many of your relationships in your life, where you find yourself in a victim mode or a in a codependent dynamic, or holding on to forced sense of control. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself to them. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. Be aware of the need for both give and take. It is the first step to your true destiny. It is all good and getting better, so don't worry. Not only can you handle this, but you can flourish as a result. So perfect card for the reading that came out there for you, Taurus. So it definitely resonates with the reading. I hope it resonates for you in some way. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides and Angels. Can you please guide? Ooh. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have the flower, which indicates new beginnings, blossoming. Okay, more positive time ahead there. They asked for this to be on the Fool card. So a new energy there, a leap of faith. Also, we got 2 hearts entwined as one. Okay, so that is about unity. It is about balance. It's about leading with love. It's about deepening your connections, but making sure that they are in balance, okay, and in harmony. When you got the 2 hearts beating as one, there's a lot of love for you, Taurus. You may not feel like it at times, but they're indicating that there's a shift happening here. Words like this. Words like this. They want it on the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. There's a turn of events here, a turnaround in the energy. The right hearts will gravitate towards you, they said. And also we've got the seahorse. Now, seahorses, they partner up for life. So it's about commitments. Again, it's about, balanced commitment. And once you're all in, as I said, you're all in. So it's about giving the right people who deserve your commitment, your time, your energy, the right amount of energy that you have to spare. Okay, remember, it's not a selfish act to put yourself first, Taurus. Words like this. They want on the Page of Water. Okay, so either there is an offer of love coming on in here for you, or an opportunity to do what you love that leads to a long-term proposal there. I feel like there's going to be a lot of love in your world. If there isn't already, I feel like there's a turn of events here that makes you breathe. Yeah, I feel like there's peace coming here. Okay, Taurus? I will leave that there. I hope something resonated in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me. Now, just as they were showing, I was talking there, they were showing me a rolling pin. So either it means something's going to... I don't know. What do you do? The rolling pin. You just roll something out. I mean, maybe everything's going to turn out the way that you'd hoped. Maybe you are shaping your destiny. Rolling pin, I can't think of anything. Maybe you're actually using a rolling pin as you're listening to this reading. So if that's you, there's something in this message for you. I can't really give you anything other than that, okay? I'll leave it there, my beautiful Taurus. I hope something resonates. Thank you so much. Love and light.